different labs run, and also too, it adds to your resume, so you can't lose with that. So let's go ahead and get into tip number 2 on why you should consider traveling. All right, so tip number 2 why you should consider traveling is because you basically work for yourself. That's the way I like to look at it. Even though you may have a recruiter or a travel company that you work for, technically they work for you. That's the way I like to look at things. So you're the one who can actually see what jobs that you want to apply for. Sometimes jobs are also permanent. So if you are doing a travel assignment and you just say you want to now look for a permanent assignment because you're in the job market for looking for jobs, they definitely do offer permanent jobs as well on the travel recruiting sites. I'm pretty sure I have a video or videos on my channel where I speak about travel companies, how to choose a travel company, and I'll link that video somewhere. I'll link that video somewhere within this video, but or it'll be the next video after this video. I'll do it that way. So if you guys are looking to travel, you are your own boss. No, you don't get to pick your own hours, but you are literally working for yourself because you're not a permanent employee. So whenever you're going into the lab, of course, you're doing everything like any other histotech, but when it comes to your days off, all you need to do is just submit for your days off. You can do that through the company, and yes, the days will be unpaid because you're not a permanent employee, so you don't have any PTO, but you just have that flexibility because whenever your travel assignment is over. So just for example, if you have a 13-week assignment and you want to take 2 weeks off or you want to take 3 weeks off, you have that flexibility to do that because if that lab wants to extend your contract, asked me when should I travel or how I know that it's okay to travel, and I had gotten 2.5 years underneath my belt before I started to travel. I think that's the perfect time. Some people can do a year, but I wanted to make sure that I was well-rounded as a tech, ready to be around other histotechs. I had been like the only tech in my last lab, and then but the lab before, that's the year 1, it was my learning stage. So year 1 is definitely your learning stage, but year 3 is when I knew I was ready to hit the road and travel and see what the travel life was about. So year 4, about it would be your housing stipend. There's 2 things that you can do when it comes to housing stipends, which is a great thing because just say it's your first travel assignment. Like myself, I'll use myself as an example. I moved from Florida to Cali and I didn't know the area, so I wanted to make sure I felt comfortable. I want to make sure I didn't have to think about where I'm going to live, if I had to get lights turned on, if I had to get gas, if I had to register my car, if I had to do all these things. I wanted to make sure that everything was taken care of for me. If I didn't have to get furniture, just little things like that. I wanted to make sure once I touched down in Cali that I was able to just focus on working and doing what I need to do and enjoying where I'm staying at. I would definitely suggest, if you are going to go to your first assignment, make sure that you allow the travel company to provide you housing. The reason why I say that is because that way that relieves a lot of stress upon you, and you can just really focus on your area. Reach out to you and they will actually see exactly what are you looking for as a traveler, your experience, and then from there they'll try to cater a job that's fit for you or whatever that company may have available. Some of the big name ones that a lot of people may work with would be Comp Health, AMN Healthcare, Arius Medical, let me see, Med Tech or Med Travelers. There's a lot of different companies, so it's kind of hard to say, which company is the best if you have not experienced working with different companies, but you won't know which one that you may want to take your first assignment with unless you do your research. Now that you've narrowed it down, my suggestion would be to probably narrow it down to at least 2 agencies at first, so that way you can actually get the feel and the flow of how this thing is going to work, because it is going to snowball. One minute you'll be on the phone with your recruiter, the next minute you'll be signing a contract, and then the next minute you'll be ready to move or go to your first assignment. So I would definitely tell you to probably choose 2 travel companies, so that way you can compare the 2. You can compare your pay rates. Maybe if both of those companies are offering the same position at the same facility, then you'll be able to see, this one's going to pay you this amount of money and this other travel company may pay you $1 more. So the whole pay package, that definitely plays a role in you choosing which company that you probably want to work with, what are the perks of working with that company. So we're going to be doing a lot of examples here, so that way we can visually get the gist of what I'm trying to break down to you guys. So we're going to choose an assignment. Let's just say we'll choose assignment in Washington, D.C. Company A will offer you $30. That's base pay. We won't even get into per diem. So just say they offer you $30, medical and dental, and the $30 is including it's not including your housing. So they're paying you more, but that's because you're gonna have to find your own housing. So you take home more. And the day shift is still 6 a.m. to 2:30, right? And then company B will be paying you $25 an hour, which was $5 less, but that $25 an hour will include your housing and the same medical and dental and the same hours. So if we take those figures, you have to make sure that you understand that it's always what works best for you, not anyone else.